Hi ladies, so today I'm going to continue with the Artbooking cartridge, and I'm going right into the second mini album, which is super cute. I did commit a cardinal sin though, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but it's the next one that begins on page 40, and you guys already saw the travel mini I made. And this one is the 8x6 Snapshots mini album, and it is super cute. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite so far, and I've only done two, but anyhow. So it has the different pages, so it has 1, 2 here of the photo mats, or what actually are the pages, and they're under the photo mat, which are these two here. But there's also these two. This appears to be like a library pocket kind of item, and it's really cute. So that you cut them all out at 8 inches. This one is another 8-incher, but this ends up being 8x6, as you can see. So it's 8 inches tall and 6 inches wide. And then on the next page, which is page 41, you have the notebook paper, and then this other one that's just a kind of a plain cutout, which is basically a rectangle with rounded corners. I did choose this one to do for my front page, my front cover, and a back cover, instead of just having pages, which you can definitely do, just make your album, but I like to have the sturdiness of the chipboard, and we already saw how I did that in the last video. So I'll have the chipboard pieces cut already at 8x6, and I'll talk about how we're going to round the edges. Of course you can do it with the other ones, but they're so, obviously they have other things going on. I didn't want to do that, so I stuck to just this regular guy. Is the easiest one, and it's here on photo mat 2 on page 41. We have all these photo mats, and this one too. It's a notebook paper. There's also a little envelope, which you cut at 8 inches, and I'll show you the envelope. It doesn't come out to be a big, huge envelope. It's just a little cute something you can tuck into the book. So basically, this time I did kind of coordinate my papers. Last time I just put some paper down and cut, whatever I felt like, and hopefully it'll work out. This time I kind of planned it a little better, so I kind of layered, okay, this I want this color, that I want that color, and cut that way. But I did kind of give it some thought while the paper was on there, like a 12x12 was on my mat. That way I could cut a bunch of things without having to go back to that same color later, and those kind of things. So everything that you see I did cut. This one they don't have an example of, but as you can see, it has these little tags that go out on the edge, and these little items fit right on there. So just so you know that. There's cool overlays that have all these cutouts, the little camera, which I've used before. Again, all these different things. Very cute little heart item there, and it shows you here how they used it. And then this is more like a chicken wire cutout, very cute. Photo frame, and then this little strip. One other mention, I did cut the notebook paper out so that I can use my coordinating stamp with it. And again, on that one, okay, so you're cutting at 8 inches with the real dial size off, okay? So that everything that cuts will cut so that it works out, right? So proportional. This one, you're gonna have to set at 4 inches, real dial size on. So real dial size, 4 inches for this guy if you want to make the little cutout that you can then use for a journaling tag, okay? So what I was talking about, my cardinal sin that I committed is that I used paper that wasn't close to my heart. I know. But you know, I figure a lot of people, and actually a lot of people that bought this from me before. Oh Lord, I dropped something that had lots of paper, tiny little pieces of paper. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, people buy the cartridges, and maybe they're not going to buy the paper, or maybe this time they decide to do something else, or whatever. But I've noticed a lot of my customers do that. They'll buy the Artbooking, or any bundle that Close to My Heart has, and then, maybe they'll use their own things. So that's fine, and that's great. So I kind of took some inspiration from that, but I did base it on my book. I have all the pieces here, so I'm putting them to the side. On Close to My Heart cardstock. I used the basic timeless combo, and I don't know if they still call it this, that's why I don't really, well, it's X5705, you might still find it, but it has all like the browns, dark browns, beiges, colonial white, all those kind of not really earthy, but yeah, kind of brown tones. And then I used not a whole pack, but my colonial white in bulk paper. I'm not sure, I know they still carry it, but I'm not sure if it's still X1411. Colonial white's my favorite. It's just like the off-white, and it's beautiful cream color. So I used a lot of this to cut out different items, but I also used chocolate and cocoa. I used let's see, I think it was smoothie and tulip and some saddle. And then this pink right here that you see right back here is from La Belle Vie paper. So it's La Belle Vie pink, I believe is what they call it. And those are the browns. But the other paper, the pattern paper that I used, is from This and That stack from Hobby Lobby. I don't know if you can find it anywhere else. Which is This and That by Lori Whitlock. There's no E in there, so Whitlock. And it looks just like this. And you can find it at Hobby Lobby. And I just love what was in here, and I thought this was gonna go really cute with this book. I'm not sure why. I just had a feeling it would, and it did. It was great. So this also comes with 2 packs of stickers. So I'll definitely try to incorporate some of these stickers in here too. And then the papers, some of the papers have like little tags you can cut out. So definitely cut some of those afterwards. But right now we're focusing on the close to my heart part of it with the Artbooking cartridge. So let me put this mat away. And I think we're going to do the front and back covers first, because you know that's what I like to do. So like I said, I cut out every single mat 1, mat 2. So you have to do the mat and then shift mat 1, you know, all the shifts and everything. So there's lots of papers. It actually ends up being a pretty good size book. So let's get the chipboard out. Let's get our front page and our back covers done. I had to give it a rest actually a whole night because I just wasn't able to get back to this. But so what I did was I cut paper just how I felt like with the rounded pages, right? And generally what I like, I don't know why, for some reason whenever I look at the information here, I'm like, okay, that's the order I want them to be in. I want this one to be the first one, and then the not one, and then this one. But you know what, they don't include all the different pages, and you know, there's no reason for that. So for the front one, I just decided that I'm gonna cut my, you know, my photo mat, which is this one here, photo mat 2, page 41, which is actually gonna be under number 4. Okay, so on the overlay, number 4. Photo mat 2, and it's gonna be the first one. And I cut it twice, thinking, okay, I need the cover and then I need the back of my cover to go on the chipboard, right? And this is coming from somewhere else. So this is what I decided to go with. I went with the chicken wire overlay, which is also on number 4. And then I cut the little notepad at 4 inches. And this, if I had my Gypsy, if this was able to upload on the Gypsy, because it's not right now, they don't have the availability for it. There's little tiny holes cut out because the paper had holes, if you recall. Well, the larger ones. I left them there. I'm not going to pop them out because I want them to stay there. I want it to look like the note paper got ripped out, and it's going to be a photo mat. Okay, so if I would have had my Gypsy, I would have hid those contours and it wouldn't have been a problem, but they're there, and that's how I'm going to leave it for now. It's a little bit dirty on this side, so I'm going to use this side. And then I cut out the word click it, or the images, if you want to say die cut, I guess. And so what I'm going to do first is take that away. And this is what I'm going to use for my top page. On the back it has a really cute, actually this would be really cute too if I was just going to use this paper, because it has cute words and things. And then for the underside, the back side of the front cover, I'm using this gorgeous print. Okay, so again, with this one you do need to know what direction you're cutting your papers, especially if you're using papers with images on them, because the paper is going to cut this way on your Cricut mat. It cuts lengthwise, I guess. So if your words are going this way and you want them to go the other way, you got to really pay attention to that, okay? So I already have my chipboard cut at 6 by 8. I did measure this, and these are 6 by 8. So again, I'm just going to adhere all kinds of ATG to the very edges, and then all in the middle, okay, just like I did last time. So I'm going to continue adding this. I'll come back. And then I'm going to take this guy, and what I try to do is I'm going to line it up with the free edge, because if for some reason towards the binding it's not that perfect, that's okay, you know. But if you're gonna have all this stuff sticking out over here, it's not gonna look that great. So I'd rather that be settled in better. And then I'm gonna apply it and push the air bubbles out. Okay, and this is actually pretty good because it almost takes up the whole thing, but I can still see that that little square part of the chipboard is sticking out, so we're going to take care of that in a second. So I'm going to do that. Now I'm going to put the back side on exactly the same way. I'm going to apply all the ATG and I'm going to glue this down. That's all done. I'm going to take my corner rounder, We Are Memory Keepers corner rounder, and I'm going to round out the corners, and they're kind of tight. I mean, they're kind of, let me see which one I should use. I'm not sure if I should use the 1/4 inch or the 1/2 inch side, because they're pretty generous. So I'm just going to use the 1/2 inch side and just line that up and take that little bit off. Okay, and that just takes that little tiny bit off of the edge of the the chipboard. Okay, so I'll do that wherever they're sticking out, and some like this one you don't even see it, so no big deal. But I'll corner around these edges, and then I'm going to take my We Are Memory Keepers. What do they call this? Crocodile? I guess because I put the other one away. So I'm going to use the larger side with a 3/16 inch hole, and I don't need the big bite because I don't need to make a huge, like it's not so far in the paper that I can't see. So now I just line it up. As you can see, the chipboard's right there. Make my hole. And there it is. Okay, so I'm gonna do that to all the holes. Corners all rounded. Perfect. So now I'm just gonna adhere these little guys. I'm not a huge fan of how these go over like the other textured part, because it just, to me, it seems like it fades away. But anyhow, I'm gonna adhere this just like I did with the Travel Mini. I'm going to apply my liquid glass, which dries really fast. Did that rhyme? To like the edges and as much as in the middle as I can get, just to make sure this adheres real well. But you really want to get the edges, so I'm just going to kind of go around this whole thing as quickly as I can so that the glue doesn't start drying. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. Thrash, but I guess that's what they're for. Okay, so I have the glue in different areas on here. I'm just going to lay this down. On the Travel Mini, someone was nice enough to point out that I put the mat upside down, and I sure did, because even though the little airplane cutouts and things have all kinds of different directions and the arrows, the clouds should be facing up. And my clouds are facing down. Oh well. Alright, so here we go. Just in case you watch that and you're, gonna make it, just keep in mind that it was not correct. Alright. And then this I'm gonna glue down. And like I said, I like to keep things kind of flat on my front covers. Of course, if you want some dimension, I would, pop all these things up. It'd be kind of difficult to do this, but you can do it. I mean, you have to put very small pieces on the back side of that, of your dimensional adhesive. Now I'm going to make sure I get glue where those little dots are when I put the glue on, so that they don't pop out later. I don't think they will, but who knows. And I'm just going to use that as a photo mat. So later I'll cut a little photo and I'll put it out here on the cover, kind of having to do with whatever it is that's going to be in the book, or is what I would do. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this book yet, if I'm going to keep it or give it. So it's really cute though. I love the papers that are going along with this. So I'm just going to click it, and I'm going to put it kind of over here so that you can still get a little photo in there. Okay. And that's it for my front cover. Pretty cool, pretty simple. So this is the back side of the front cover. I'm going to do the exact same thing with the back cover. I have my chipboard here. I'm not going to take the time to record it at the moment because it's going to take a minute. It's basically the exact same thing, but this time I cut a piece of chocolate paper, which is my favorite for this stack. I did use some cocoa, but I'm going to use this on the very back. See, cocoa's a lot deeper and has kind of a green tone even. So this one here, and this one I did cut exactly the way they show you in the book, which, where did I put it? Where did I put it? Down here. It's, again, Photo Mat 2. Oh, on number 4. And I cut the chicken wire in the Belvie pink, and then I have the little photo frames and the heart little banner, and then this thing here, and different colors. And I just did this in the polka dot. Isn't that cute? The back side is pretty cool too. It's just like a brown grid. So basically, I'm going to do this exactly the same way, and I'll come back when I actually stick down these other items. Okay. I have this is the inner back cover, and this is the back side, and I'm not going to do anything to this. Maybe I'll stamp it with like that I created or something, but other than that, nothing else. So these are all the little pieces. Again, you cut everything, at 8 inches, so everything cuts out the same proportionally. So I'm going to stick down this part, and I probably should have just done that already, sorry. And then I'll come back and I'll show you how to put down your little mats and things. I just wanted to show you guys, I am lining it up with the very far right edge, okay? And then coming over this way. That way it doesn't affect the holes or anything like that. Okay, and then we're just going to keep layering up the different little items. And so basically you're going to put your photo mats, these 2 little like Polaroid items. And they're just about in the middle of the page. And they have them so that basically you're going to end up covering this up with a little banner. So it's not too big a deal. We'll just leave that there. Let me see here. I want to make sure. And maybe I will put it closer. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so I'm just going to glue these down. And for right now, I'm going to make it so that hopefully I can slide a picture in there later because obviously I don't have the pictures right now. So I'm just going to put on the very edge and leave the top open. And on the bottom one, I'll leave the bottom open a little bit. And of course you can use whatever glue, ATG, whatever it is that you like to use. ATG would be harder though because of the little slim lines. And so I'm just gonna stick these down. Now we're just gonna adhere these two little guys. I just kind of colonial white, and I think this one is smoothie. And I'm just gonna put some glue on that. Try to get it right in the center of this little badge. And then I don't know what my son's doing out there. Like the story of my life, I always tell you guys, I don't know what he's doing out there. He's fine. I can see him through my double doors here. Anyhow, so I'm going to put some dimensional adhesive on the back of that one. And then I'm going to apply it right here. Just like they show in the picture. It's kind of in the middle here. Super cute. And I put one thickness of the dimensional adhesive. This is just from, you know, I don't know, some kind of cheap adhesive I bought. And this one I put two. I put one piece and then I stack another piece over it, okay? So I'm going to take the backing off that. And this one's going to be double thickness high of the other one, and hopefully. And it should be pretty cute. You know what? I got to move this over some more. Ah! Yep. Let's see. There we go. Something like that. And then this little thing can just kind of hang out over here. How cute is that? So it has some dimension. Super cute. Be yourself, and then you're going to put your little pictures in there. Okay, so that's the back cover. I'm going to put that to the side for right now. And the other pages I want to go over with you guys are the ones that they show here, so you know how to do them. And then a couple of the ones that they don't, and the envelopes. Okay, so let me grab the items for this. Okay, so for this page, it just has that little scalloped edge. I'm just going to apply the little grid just like I did with the rest of them. Just applied some of that liquid glass to the back, all around the edges, and then some spots in the middle, just to make sure it gets down nice. Oh, I have a little piece of something over here. Okay. And that one is Photo Mat 1 on number 3. Photo Mat 1. It's right here. And then you have the overlay on number 3. And so I added that. So then you're going to have your photo, and then you're going to have the little image or icon that says click it. So I have mine cut out here in a darker brown so that it would stand out more. Okay, so I'm just going to add some liquid glass to the back of that. And they show it just kind of straight, and then you add your photo there. So I'm just going to put it down kind of straight, and then you can add a photo down in here. This is supposed to kind of overlap over the photo, but you know, I'm just going to, okay, I'm just going to leave that there. So there's that. What I want to talk about a little bit is like the back of the pages. They keep showing you all these things. I guess you could do the back side exactly the same way if you wanted, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. Oh, I went over the edge. See? I'm telling you girls, I thought I had lined it up. That's okay. Alright, so in that case, if you were, you know, that bothered you, you can just definitely do the same thing on this back side and then just cover that little edge up and it'll look exactly the same, which is weird because it looks straight on the other side. Anyhow, I have some of the little envelopes cut out. And this is Shift Photo Mat 1 on number 4, okay? And it's this little envelope. So what I'm going to do is score it. It already has score lines cut into it. I don't know if you can see those, very small. So what I'm going to do though is put this to the side and take my ruler, and my rulers are stuck together, so I'm just going to bring both of them out and just kind of go by what they scored, the little lines, and use my Martha Stewart, and I'm going to put an extra little score line just to help me fold it. Okay, so there's a little extra score line, and I'm going to do the same thing on this edge and the other two edges. I'm just going to take that and push the little score lines in and make my cute little envelope. And so I only cut a few of these just to kind of add them here and there throughout the book, so obviously you can do whatever you like. But just want to see what I should do here. Okay, so I'm going to tuck in the two small flaps and only apply the littlest amount of glue on the very edge of the outer flap, because you don't want to end up gluing down too much. And if I put it here, I don't know if it's going to be enough, so I'm just going to put it there and hold that down for just a few seconds while the glue does its job. And now you have this cute little envelope that they didn't show how to use in the manual, but I'm going to use it. And I'm just going to stick it down And then, like I said, that paper pack has some cute little tags you can cut out, so I'm gonna put some in there, or you can just leave it like that. You can put cute little adornments on the outside here, add some flowers, whatever you wanna do. I'm just kind of thinking about what I wanna do with the rest of this page. I have glue all over this thing. I'll have to rub it off later. Let's see here. If I have this, maybe I can add some more little circle stuff. Why not? Okay, so I'll do this. I'm just gonna put some glue on the back of this and add it somewhere, and then I'll come back. This little area, and that's basically cut from Shift Overlay from number 3, and we're gonna use the same thing on this little tab page, okay, which we'll do next because it's very simple. So, and then I'm just gonna take this little envelope and add it here, and you can, I don't like putting things straight all the time. I like to put them a little bit fun. So I'm just gonna glue this down. It has stuff stuck to the back of it. I'm just gonna glue it down kind of over the little circles here a little bit. Okay, so that's another page done. And like I said, you can just do the back of the pages exactly the same way you did the other ones, but I think it's nice to have a variety of pages. So let's go to that next one I just showed you, and we'll do that one very quickly. Where is it? Here it is. I already had layered everything up the way it should be. And I actually layered this with this guy, but that's okay. That's not where it's supposed to be. Let me grab the little circle page with the tab cut out on the top, and that is Photomat, the Shift Photomat 1. Sorry, the camera doesn't want to focus, from page 3, or number 3, okay, on the overlay. And it's just gonna have 2 photos, this little circle overlay, and then the little camera, which is also the icon on number 3. So I already have it cut out, and it's that Belvie pink. And they're showing you for it to just be lined up at the very bottom here. Oops. Okay, and then you would put your 2 photos, and like I said, I don't have my 2 photos right now. And then this guy, the little camera is going to be kind of on top of the second photo. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and stick it down. Oh, I need to find a little circle that goes in the middle. I think that's it right there, hopefully. Anyhow, so you're going to cut icon and then shift icon to get both of these pieces. And I'm going to put the glue on the back of this. And then you guys already saw me do this. Use the same one on the travel mini. And I'm just going to glue that down. And there's also a little dot that goes in the middle to look like the camera lens. And I've cut this out a couple times, and I'm not sure if this is the same. That's not the same color. Let me find the little, okay, well, I didn't take too long. It was just near there. It just wasn't the right color. This is the one that coordinates, okay? And I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue at the very bottom and side so I can slip my picture in there later. And I'm just gonna adhere that here. Okay, so that was that page. And of course, I'm gonna decorate the back of this page. Just add something here, and then obviously you'll see it in the pictures, okay? So then, the last page that they show there that I've cut is the page 4, or icon, sorry, Photomat 1 on the 4th button there, and it's this one here. So it looks like the torn notebook page. It's gonna have a little set of pictures here, another picture, and then at the top it says "Oh snap." So I've cut that out on these papers. I use this gorgeous brown grid paper that I really like. On the back side it has little dots that are super cute. So, and then this one, I just cut the little photo strip out. It looks like wood. I don't know if you can see that. It has like a wood grain feel, and on the back side it had like a really bold flower pattern, but I'm not using that right now. And we're gonna just adhere this in between the bottom 2 dots here, or set of dots, set of holes, whatever you wanna call it. Of course, like I said, you don't have to use, okay, I just sealed that up, so I have no idea. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. If, you don't have to use chipboard, obviously, to make your book sturdier. I just like that better. But let's say like right now, I just glued this down, so I sealed it, right? I can't slide pictures in. I kept the negatives of this, the parts that cut out. And you can use this as a template to cut out your little pictures, and then you just pop your pictures right in there, just glue them right over. And they'll be the right size, and they won't look any different, okay? I always keep everything, I tell you. And then the little words, "Oh snap." So I'm just gonna glue these down. This also, I think, is supposed to layer over the picture just a little bit, so I'm just gonna put the glue on the very top parts of this. And that way, when I get the picture placed in there, it won't be a big deal. I can just stick it right back in there. This one's really cute. I like the simplicity of it. It's cute. So you're gonna have pictures here and then a larger one right here. I'm not gonna put photo mats this time. When I did it last time, it took forever. And then, you know, I can just do it like this. Okay, so those are those. They did not show this one at all in the manual. It shows that you can cut it. It's on number 3. It's Photomat 2. So you have the little banners kind of coming out the side. I'm sorry, my camera does not want to. And then you need to cut these little tabs, and they fit perfectly in those little areas, okay? So let me pop out the rest of these letters. I didn't get to have a chance to do that, and then we'll stick those cut out here. I can get a little bit closer if you guys like. And they fit perfectly in here, because I was like, okay, so what goes there? And so I really didn't even want to cut it, but then I realized, oh duh, it has its own little thing. So you're just going to stick these here. Of course, on the back side, it's not going to have this. If you want it on your gypsy, you can definitely hide the contours of the letters, because obviously it's going to be backwards on the other side if you apply them on this side. And you can just hide the contours, and you'll still have nice little tags that you can fit in here. So I hope that makes sense. I would just hide the contours of all the letters so those don't get cut. And then one more. And that's all this page has for it, I suppose. But since I want to do a little more, I mean, you can still just add a couple photos and you're just fine, right? On this one. It has the wood grain I cut out on. But I'm going to go ahead and add the little strip of the photo strips. And this one's just cut out on cocoa paper. And again, I'm just going to add it down here, just like we did the other one. Okay, so that's kind of fun. Alright, so that's all I'm doing for that one. So the next pages I want to show you are the envelope, or not envelope, but they're like pocket pages. I'm going to go ahead and score them both. I cut Shift Photomat 2 of number 3, and I cut Shift Photomat 2 of number 4. Okay, they're pocket pages. Pocket one I cut from this paper that is just super cute with the bingo cards. And on the back side it has like a blue kind of pattern, which is the first time I kind of introduced the blue to it, so I was kind of like, I don't want to use this, but it's okay, it'll be fine. So I've already scored the very bottoms, just like I did before. I took my ruler and scored, even though there are score marks. So you're going to score right across where these little lips start, and then on the 2 edges here, okay? And I'm just going to fold these in, give it a nice crease. Not too far in. And then lift this up and give that one a nice crease too. Let me get that settled. Sometimes when I score on my own, if my ruler was off a little bit, it ends up kind of sideways, so that's okay. Now we're good. Okay, so I'm just going to take the glue and apply it to the tab. I try to apply it to the very edges all around the tab because I don't like it to come up or look like it's opening on the very sides. And then we're just going to push that down and hold it down just for not too long. It doesn't take too long with this glue. And I've already made the other pocket over here. I used this kind of that soft ledger paper. It's kind of a pinky tone, and then on the back side it has little flowers, so when you pop them up it looks like this. How cute is that? So now we have these 2 pages. You can leave them just like this. I think they're pretty decorative on their own. You can add stuff. What I was going to do is add a little journaling pocket, or journaling paper. Again, this one is cut at 4 inches real dial size, okay, so that it literally cuts out at 4 inches. And then I'm going to take the stamp that I showed you at the beginning. It comes in the Cricut bundle, and we're going to stamp this. Now, I'm going to be honest, this bothers me because when you tear out papers from, let's say, a notebook, where are the holes and where are the perforations? They're on the same side, are they not? So it drives me crazy that the holes are here and the perforations are over there. It's like, what kind of paper is this? But anyway, I'll just keep that to myself. So I'm going to place this here and just push down. It's craziness. I'm like, what the heck? That makes no sense. Anyway, so I have a few of these that I cut out on colonial white paper, and I'll just tuck them in here and there, and then some of the cute little decorative tags will also go in these pockets, okay? So that's all the pieces. What I'm going to do is just continue decorating, adding a lot of these items that I've cut out. I cut out extras of everything, and I'm just going to go through and add some more to here and there on the backs of the papers, and then we'll come back to bind the book. And I just kind of put them in an order that I thought the colors of the pages kind of looked better together. So I have the cover page, which we worked on, and then it opens up to the Oh Snap, and I just put the little strip here. My favorite photos. It has a little bit of that same kind of reddish pink there. That gorgeous print here. This one I stuck it down and I left this open, so if I wanted to stick some little tags in there, I can definitely do that. But I stuck this journaling tag down, and then we go into that Oh Snap page that we worked on together. And then I did another Be Yourself page, but I did this one a little bit different. I put the little award part over here. Here's the bingo page. It has a journaling card, and I'll stick some other cards in there. The back side, all I did was just put 2 of the little picture holders kind of things with some little arrows. These little arrows also cut out on that same, those same 2 pages. And I added another little arrow here, and it kind of went together, so cute. So I thought that was good. There's that. Another one that just says click it, and it has the little pink circles down here, and you put your picture in there. Another pocket ready for, you know, whatever little tags. This one, I left the card open, and what's funny is I realized, oh, see, I stuck it down. Oh no, I might have to redo this one, this little tag. No, it's fine. I just stuck it down open. There's no moving that flap. It's just gonna be open like that. And then when you make your 4-inch real dial size and you have your 8-inch, you know, proportional card, they fit together like perfectly. I think that's really cute. I don't think they fit this way, but this way it works. And then the page that we worked on here with the click it and the circles. This one, I just added a little arrow to it, and I put a little heart cut out on the opening there. We worked on that one together. And then this is the back cover with that gorgeous Be Yourself. And then the very back, nothing. So all I'm gonna do is take my book rings, the 1-inch book rings that I picked up at Office Depot, and just add them through the holes, and I'll have pictures for you guys. So please check us out at our Close to My Heart site. If you have any questions, please leave them, and thanks for watching, guys. And the next one, I'm trying to go in order, but I do have some ideas for cards that I want to throw in here, but if we go in order, it will be the 7x5 Top Secret mini album, which I've been real curious about because it's kind of a strange little cut. So hopefully we'll do that next. Bye now.